Hello there and welcome to my channel. It's Kate in a Nest and we are about to do a What's in My Nest build session. I'm excited and to know that you're here with me and I'm not by myself is even more exciting. I'm hoping you are well and whatever you're up to, that you have something to stitch along with me, because I like these sessions. It is a little bit of a stream of consciousness for me, but I just give myself the freedom to to start and see where we go. Now, you would be aware that I've got a lot of projects on at the moment of my own doing, and I am absolutely loving them. The thing that is really staying with me at the moment is I've started this little series inspired by Fleur, and this idea of the warm colors resulted in my little soft journal here. A number of you are calling them soft, so let's call them whatever you like to do, inspired by Rachel and Sarah, of course, but you know, great projects. So of course Kate's looking at this and really enjoying it and making the realization that all of these little projects could have a new home, and that home is indeed going to be a new nest. And the reason it's going to be a new nest is I happen to find, I'm a bowerbird, you know that I had stored up this blanket. It's from the Green Door Studios, and that's where I get my blankets from, if you ask. Zoe's now online. This pack is a minimum of 0.5 times 70 centimeters. So I find I can do lots. So for this session, just a reminder of that's the colors that Fleur describes in her warm palette. But Kate being Kate at the moment, what's around me is this mix of pink and orange and yellow. And I think that's because of my joy. Oh, and this little person who came home with me from holidays. Oh, let's put him there. Okay, so I have taken all of those ideas plus all the scraps. I need to tell you that I've decided organizing is not a separate thing. And you've probably known this for ages. I'm starting to think that organizing my bits and pieces, number one, I'll never be tidy and totally organized, but it's part of the creative process. So by finding this package, I now am inspired to make a big pouch. I've been looking at Mrs. Pouch and others making big ones. So I'm thinking that could be something that I work on. Love, love, love the satin edge. And then this nest, I've got all my 20-page project, which is just such a lovely small thing to work on at night. I'd like to keep these in this nest as well as this little, so it's sort of my yellow story, warm story. I've got bits and pieces. I think that was Ruby Star, who knows. So let's, oh, sorry, I meant to tell you, the biggest part is that you find treasures again. I had buried my Fleur scissors and it was deeply worrying me. I knew I couldn't have thrown them out, but I couldn't find them. So here's my Fleur scissors. Here's that little half a treasure bag with the fringe from Christina with a treasure on it, and that's just going to sit there in front of me always. So, and of course I'll use them. A little bit of Indian trim. Okay, now if you are new to my nests, they're very simple in structure, and I probably like all the things I make. It's pretty loose. I have looked at Zoe's package, which was like that long, would that be 0.5 or 0.7? I can't remember, but I cut 2 strips and I've got enough for a pouch left over. So, and a beautiful little snippet here that I will use as a treasure. And to make the nest, we are going to have 2 strips. Sometimes I have this at the top, but this time I want it to be a feature, and so this bit that I've torn is going to be the top, the selvage the bottom, and we will gather that. And then to make it long enough for me, I'm going to do a join. And of course it doesn't match, but that's part of the look. The base, I've already buried. Oh, here it is. As I was going through, I found this. I'm upcycling one of my previous nest bases. This was from the very vintage. You can see there was lots of pink and cream. It won't stay like that, but hey, why? I'd rather have this blanket as a pouch and recycle this and cover it at the moment. So measurement wide, dinner plate here, long enough that we have room to gather it up and fit it. I wanted the sides of this to be a bit higher because I'm after depth rather than that which goes that way, if you know what I mean. Okay, it's pausing for breath. So exciting. Now, what am I going to do here? I could join this many different ways, but, and there shouldn't be a but gate. There's no buts in this life. I will go over this join with a doily or a patch of fabric or who knows. So just to make it easy, and part of what I'm doing is just going to, and this will be buried because we'll gather it up so it will be secure. Gee, I've been loving Sarah's series on stitches. She's got another one out today, or I don't know when it came out, but I've watched it today and absolutely loved it. And I suppose it's wonderful. I suppose I was thinking about that I know some of us are relatively new to slow stitching or coming back to it after many, many years. And just the refreshing knowledge that, you know, going up and down through fabric ages old, still, you know, you can do as many stitches as you want, or just the basic ones like me. So I would call this a non-weight bearing seam. So I'm just having fun. I'm sort of doing big stitches, little stitches, and gaps in between on this side. So we're going back to reversible nest, so both sides can enjoy love, and if I get bored with one side, we go to the other. Okay, so you can see very uneven, not particularly nice, but what will we do to, I'll go up here and never know which side to go from. This can just be a little, like a hemming stitch, whatever you call that. It might show, it may not. Now, how excited are we all, if you follow Roxy's General Stitchery, to finally get that prompt and to see the girls work. So this is the volume 7 I'm talking about. I shouldn't assume that everyone knows it, of the Roxy's General Stitchery. And hasn't it made our minds spin? I've just been blown away by how beautiful both girls' work is, and Kate's mind is going crazy. I've been thinking about it as I've been in my nest today, but I decided not to rush it. I think I know I've got some ideas, but of course that might change. So rather than film it straight away, I went, breathe, girl, and take your time and enjoy, which we always do. But okay, here we go. So now we have the satin binding, which once I've gathered it, that will form the sides of the nest. And you can see it's quite deep. Actually, I'll put it upside down. That's going to be at the top. I might decide it's too wide. So for the moment, I'm going to, I take it off this bottom. So I'm going to limit myself to, I'll leave an inch down here. Okay. But, I don't know why I keep saying but. The most exciting thing is now the fun begins. Everything can go on here. Maybe snip it out. And see what I've got. Oh goodness, I've even got some washi tape from the other side of tidying. I've bought scraps, I've got bits of blanket, I've got Teresa's beautiful fabric. So let's start with some patches. Looks like I've already tried to do that there. This is, you won't have seen this for a while. It was a quilt top that I got from the sewing basket, and then I dipped it in tea. Let's get some just little bits together. Looking around, looking around. Some of my beautiful vintage. I'm sure I had more things. Oh, yeah. Okay, it's on the ground now. Oh, it is so humid today. It's like 30, 32, 33, I think. And it's rained a couple of times already. looking out there and there's a big front coming through. So I suppose again, look what I'm doing. It's the mixture of my soft, not my soft, but my experience with soft, and starting to blend it with this hotter pink. And I like that. I noticed Rachel mentioned that she'd had to go and buy some fabric when she was here in the Highlands, and she bought exactly the same as me with the same. I remember before I went on holidays, I wanted to try and yeah, have some more florals. So ironically, both girls had done amazing fussy cutting. Oh, there's thunder. Okay, what would one need now? Okay, to start, a needle and oh, that's, see, now I found them. I've got this here too, everyone. That might end up going in my bowl of flowers. I'm trying hard. I will get there. So back stitch there. And we'll go over here. And just do a little section. Now this is pretty unusual fabric for me. I like the idea that there might be a little bit of linen under there. Yeah, so another flower coming from outside. we're going to come back across. So they're almost foundation lines for a future cantha if we wanted to. But for me it's efficiency here. Now we could invisible stitch across this beautiful flower just to get to the other side. There you are, that's down. This is this lovely dusty soft pink. And then we will just go big because I'm sick of that cotton. Yep. So on this other side here, we've just got random pink threads. I quite like that little red flower, so we go greens. I don't usually do fabric so close together, but we might start now. And let's get a wool. Something like this. A session like this I find really relaxing. Not quite yet. Look at these colours. Greens. I had all these scraps just sitting here. Oh, there's a nice little embellish as we go. Yeah, that can go on that side, okay, but we want something here. Oh my gosh, look at that. All sorts of bits. Now we're starting to get into the a little area. Sorry if I'm bending your Yes, I'm in the garden, that makes me feel better. So let's try and open the scissors. This is very, very pale, but I will stitch that. Yes, I've got some wool on. So funny, it needs to go this way. It's telling me, but it's not right. It's not right yet, but we will put things over it and under it, and it will form part of. Okay, let's just do a bit of canther on this bit. Few lines. Hopefully it will stand out as well as blend in. I can only be neat if I go one at a time, and even then they're not neat. I like this wool. Because it's now going a little bit browny orange, which is very much Fleur's warm palette. Okay. Don't know how that's flapping around, but we will just put that there. That will look completely different. I want to do big embroidery. Okay, now you've seen these flowers many times before. We're going to do a little bit more texture to them. That's my biggest problem. I go too tight. There's only a tiny bit of this wool left, so we'll just work on these couple of petals. Yep. So beautiful. My camera just made a strange sound, but it's all right. It seems to be filming. Okay. So there we are. We've got the beginnings of, and I've worked that seam deliberately. Oh, have I caught something? Whew, it's only the pin. So we've got that started there, little clump. This is why I love the nests, and we won't go any further down. Actually, I should remind myself. I'll cut that off. Then here, because my sense is it's a bit long, a bit deep. Maybe 1 centimetre will come off at least. All right. Then I've got this beautiful satin. So that's going to be either the in or the out. Let's just have a quick look at some textures and things that would be fun. I could flip down over there. So let's trim this for the moment. Actually, I'm wondering about, no, I'm not a triangle person. I think it'd be waste to use all of that. So let's just have a piece like that. I keep coming back to here. It may not stay, but let's just have a little play. I have to lean over my pen. See, look at the textures. Just there, satin. This, I think this is from Zoe as well. It feels like her textures, her colours, her dye. Okay. Now seeing this as becoming a little piece like a hero basic. This has to be like a piece of the patchwork. Maybe like that. I'll save this for the other side. Yep. Actually, I like that. Yeah, we might pin that so it hangs down there. We still see the orange. Who would think I'd be working these colours? And you can see, I'm hoping that the harmony is coming together. This little one, yep. Flowers, flowers everywhere. Not yet. That. So soft. And a lovely little tulip. Oh, yeah. I was feeling around for my glue because I was going to try and commit to using that, but it will be next time. Isn't it fun to make gardens and bouquets? got this button. I've got all of these things laying around. Look at that, beautiful. I'll use that and that. This. So much fun to be had. All right, what have I gathered there? I've gathered that accidentally. It may end up there. All right, my friends, this is, I hope you've had a little bit of escapism as you've stitched away, as I play literally. That's what it's all about. Playing in the nest and just letting our spirits fly. I'd see, now I'm in the flow. This is where I find it very hard to stop. I don't think I've answered the person. This might be the second time. Marigold Interiors, Melbourne, is where these little pink trims come from. So there we are. Who knows what it will look like next time, but this is a new nest, out of the nest, for Kate in the nest. And if you want to buy the blanket, just go on the Green Door Studios online store. Until next time, this is the Kate in the Nest saying bye for now. Bye.